guys, I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber from Kyuujin, and today we are back again with you guys with Frieren, episode 6.
Last episode, we started our journey towards Oreole, so Oreole, heaven.
Yeah.
We went to a village where we found a dragon, and in the nest, there was a book with a spell that Frieren wanted, a spell to see through clothes.
Yeah. What happened back then for her to want to learn a spell for this?
She's just looking for any spells that she doesn't have.
Yeah, but that is suspicious still.
That means she is willing to fight a dragon for that spell. Fern, not so much, especially after Frieren just, she said, oh, let's go, try shooting a spell at it. It didn't work, so they ended up flying, fleeing away, running away, English, and the dragon chased them. So the dragon is too strong for them alone. They're gonna need a warrior to distract the dragon while they prepare to get rid of it. So Eisen told them about a pupil of his, so a student who ran away. He's called Stark. In that village, he's a hero, but what people don't know in the village is that when he faced a dragon back then, he didn't know how to respond, and it was just dumb luck that the dragon left.
He froze.
Yeah, he's calling himself a coward, and that's also how Eisen called him. But he saw himself in him, and that's why he took him under his wing.
He has potential, and you just need to reach it.
Yeah, so now he's training. Frieren told them that they needed him on the journey, or they wanted him on the journey because of the recommendation from his master. Fern is with him right now. She saw his training a little bit, so we'll see how that goes. But he needs to fight a monster. He needs to get that done, be used to it, so then he can move on and follow us on the journey. So this is where we are.
Okay.
Let's jump in this episode and see how they handle that dragon. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of these episodes, and check out our Patreon for the full-length reactions.
Let's go.
He's literally cutting mountains with his axe. He is strong. He just needs to realize it.
He knows. He's just not used to use it against somebody
I don't know
else.
if he truly knows. If he knew, he wouldn't freeze him. If he was confident in his strength, he wouldn't freeze him.
Well, it's something to use that cut against a mountain that cannot move or attack you back versus a monster who can just devour you.
Being strong doesn't mean you believe you're strong enough to face those things. The hero of the village. Now you'll earn that title.
That's gonna be true.
You're a Stark of Winterfell. He's trying to escape. That changed when you arrived. You gave them hope. Earn the title. You can do it. That's the thing, he knows what he wants to do. He knows what he wants to do, he's not in control of his emotions and reactions.
He's gonna get there.
He wanted you to get serious, maybe.
If you would, you wouldn't be training that hard now. Yeah, what happened? Oh shit, okay.
And it looked like that, so... You need to go through that alone.
You need to make that leap.
When you train enough, your body knows what to do. And he's trained a lot. His hands show it. Thank you. She's right. He's got that reaction. He wants to be there to protect them. When your life is in danger, when your life is in danger, that's when, your true self shows up. Give him a minute. I believe he's gonna be fine. Yes. You can do it. She's so proud. Because they believe in him. He made them happy.
For us, it is a long time.
You're gonna have to get used to this.
手が震えています。
Is this the wind?
His first battle being against a dragon. Give him a minute.
アイゼンと同じだ。
Ooh. Was he shaking? Yeah.
手が震えてる。
悪いことでもない。
True.
俺をここまで連れてきたんだ。
震え方まで同じだ。
Find courage in that.
そうか。
And he looks cool, so let's go.
師匠も怖かったんだな。覚悟だけだ。
I think he just needed confirmation that it's okay to be afraid.
竜の間合いに入った。攻撃してきませんね。警戒している。
Cautious because it can sense
一人
strength.
で村が襲われなくなったわけだ。強い相手に自分から喧嘩を売りに行くようなバカじゃない。
God damn, man. And it looks
アイゼン
cool.
がシュタルクを殴ったのは失望したからでもない。
反射的に
Oh,
Because it was a true
かわ
opponent
いそうな
then?
ことをしてしまった。
yeah. The fear. He's got the strength.
俺は怖かったんだよ。
Man.
Oh, well, it's gonna be interesting then.
とんでもない戦士になる。
It looks amazing, guys. Animation is so smooth. Do we even need to finish off the dragon? Let him finish it. I think it's dead.
I think it's dead.
You hold back.
もう死んでいるよ。
Have faith in yourself, man. Do you see how strong
You
you are?
had it in you. All
後が怖い
along.
な。
God damn. Congrats. Do not let your head do this now, please.
竜を倒した。
よくやった。期待以上だ。
Thank you.
宝の山だ。全部できませんよ。
Oh, I like when she shows a bit of personality like this.
三つまで
Damn it.
3
Frieren.
items. Aww.
こんなものに夢中になれるのか。勇者一行の冒険がくだらないものになったって言ってたぜ。
It was entertaining.
とても楽しい旅だったってよ。
本当にかき氷が出てきましたよ。
探索した甲斐があったでしょ。
ふわふわのやつですよ。
本当だ。
くだらん。
Right?
まだ旅は始まったばかりなんだ。
生きて帰れる
So
かどうか
enjoy
わ
life
からな
while
いん
you
だ。
can.
辛く苦しい旅がしたいのかい？
Or one where you can make fluffy ice and have fun.
くだらなかったって笑い飛ばせるような。
シロップは
シロップを出すもん。
Let's find a spell about syrup.
とにくだらんな。
Oh, you liked it. Fuck off.
透けて見える。あまり面白い魔法ではありませんね。
Damn it.
Fern? Fern?
さかねえよ。
Fern?
俺を
She
連れ
is
てって言
16.
っただろ。くだらない旅がしたくなったんだ。
Yeah.
現在関所の通行は認められていない。
いつ頃になりそうですか。
さあな。
That part of the game is not open yet. There's a quest to do here.
We need to live it up more before then.
この町でくれぐれも問題は起こすなよ。
God damn.
しばらくここで待つとしよう。久々にゆっくり魔法の研究ができるぞ。関所が空いてないんだから。
They're like, can we find a way through? Can we push
こ
this?
こで私宿取ってくるから。
飯でも食いに行く？うん、一人で。
Okay. Give her time.
That was an innocent question.
I'm pushing
Right
for
away.
this.
最近では回路もダメになったって話だぜ。関所が開くのは早くても2年
Oh,
は先だろ。
shit.
2 years? We don't have 2 years to wait.
ジャンボベリースペシャ
Oh,
ル。
that looks good.
Anime food.
だったから全部食えなくて師匠と分けたんだよな。こんな小さかったっけな。
坊主が大人に
No, its prices have gone up, so they don't have enough.
俺が大きくなったんだな。あれほど広かった師匠の背中でさえいつの間にか小さくなっちまっていた。
しっかり親孝行してやれよ。
その最中だよ。
Yeah, if he knows you've joined with Frieren, he's gonna be really happy. Get to know
いい
him.
だろ別に。
ミルクください。
あ、いいよ。
なんで怒ってんの？
この町で2年以上待つことになりそうだと言われたら。
嫌だけど。
そうですよね。 嫌ですよね。
I have a partner now to convince her.
安心しました。
You're normal. Yeah, like I said, she's too used to Frieren.
That's gonna be 2 against 1.
Yeah.
飛んで上から越えちまうってことはできないのか？
北側諸国との国境には強力な結界が張られていて、
Find a shortcut. Find a detour. Anything.
やはり情勢が落ち着くま
It
で
literally feels like the beginning of Tales of Vesperia.
闇市は盗賊ギルドの連中も当たってみよう。
He's got resources.
さすがにそれは危なくないですか？
Do you want to
You can
cross?
handle it.
俺って結構強そうに見えるし、はったりもうまいんだぜ。
You are pretty strong.
悪人顔ですしね。
うるせえ。
I'm shipping it. They hate each other now, but I'm shipping it. He's like, look at my scar. Scar?
The last guy I killed gave me that scar. So tell me what I wanna know.
ダメか。次はダメ元で衛兵の詰め所行くか。なんだ。
シュタレク様が
But doesn't want to stay here for 2 years?
Hell no.
私以上に必死なように見えます。
あまり時間がないからな。師匠に連れられてここに来た。
俺たちはこの町から北側諸国に旅立ったんだ。
普段は自分のことを何も話さないくせに勇者一行の冒険を楽しそうに語ったんだ。師匠は長い人生の
Or he wants to come back before he...
Maybe.
中何よりも大切にしていた。師匠はもうくだらなくて楽しい旅をたく
So
さん
he
経
can
験
tell him
し
his
て
adventures.
土産話をたっぷりと持って帰らないとダメなんだ。俺にできる恩返しはこのくらいだからさ。
Yeah.
師匠が死んじまうんだ。
Yeah, we don't wanna have time to wait then.
こんなところで足止めはいけませんね。
あの人はまだまだ長
He
生き
dies
しそうだ。
tomorrow. Although I don't know how long dwarves live in this universe, so...
Frieren, what are you doing?
Her thing.
何をやっているんですか？追われてるんだよ。
Did you take something you shouldn't?
Yeah?
何やらかしたんだよ。
知らないよ。
Yeah.
申し訳ありませんでした。
Oh, they recognized her, so...
衛兵隊長が無礼を働いたようですな。
And they know who she is, so they'll be like, oh, okay, she can pass if she wants.
この人は衛兵の仕事をしただけだし。
Someone we met back then
急いでむしろのんびり。
No, 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 no,
北
no.
側へ旅立つおつもりなのですが、魔王軍の残党との紛争が絶えないと聞きます。お憂いてのことでしょう。
No, but we'll go.
Of course we are.
関所はご自由に。
I thought so.
Gladly, sir.
You are special. You're important.
She wanna stay there to learn magic.
Yeah, but no, she can't. This is a lot for her.
初めからフリーレン様の名前を出していればよかったんじゃないですか？言っても無駄だと思っていたんだよ。ゆっくりしたかったのに。
Not us.
We don't have really the time though.
こんな感じで北側に旅立ったんだな。
そうだね。魔法の研究したかったな。
She's gotta understand that they don't have all the time in the world.
She might get there someday. Well, at least this time, it allowed us to learn more about Star.
She's
and-
lucky she's quirky. But yeah, we learned a
Yeah,
little
she's
bit
funny. It's nice that Fern and Star get to know each other a bit, and they try to help each other to find a way to go through.
more. I think it's Fern as, you know, opposing feelings right now when it comes to Stark. I think part of her is like, who are you? Like a boy that just joined our little group. It's always been her and Frieren for so long now.
Yeah.
And before that, like it was her and Aizen. She's not used to having
Either.
sorry, yeah. And she's not used to having someone else in the group. And then in comes this guy who, yeah, first time they met him, she was like, he's a coward. But then she's the one that told them to find his courage and that he was going to be able to do that. We can talk about this later, but I feel like a part of her is just rejecting the idea of this guy who's not a part of her family yet. She's just there.
When you're used to people for so long, like you said, she was
Half her life with
she
Frieren.
met either when she was little,
It's like,
and then she met Frieren, and it's been just these two for so many years. So she has a routine.
yeah.
She has a
Yeah,
routine,
and I
and
mean,
he
yeah.
and he comes and he's gonna just change everything.
So yeah, that's the part of her that rejects him, and the other part is just the one that's finding out like how sweet it is to have another human in the group.
Someone who can relate.
Yes, someone who's just like her is in a hurry to move on. Someone she can talk to normally and not be told like, oh, I mean, you say that, but it doesn't matter if we stay here for 2 years, it's fine. Like Frieren, as much as you tell her, she makes efforts. She's starting to understand, and at least she tries to be considerate when it comes to their time, but it's still something that you have to convince her of every time a situation like this happens. So to have Fern be like, oh, finally you're normal, yeah, she would react like this.
Yeah.
She's too used to Frieren. So that's a bit why I was happy he was going to join the group last episode, because I thought Fern needed another person she could vent to, talk to. And his whole reason for wanting to hurry this up is fucking cute. So basically, Frieren is not going to be the only one who wants to redo the journey to remember. Because, like, he heard the stories, so it's not like it was his journey. But since Frieren, the first time she did the journey, it's like she didn't really pay much attention. Now she's kind of like reliving it and trying to see it through the eyes of Himmel, trying to see what made it special to them.
Mm-hmm.
And so she'll revisit those memories and it will take a new meaning for her. In a similar fashion, I feel like Stark is wants to go through his journey, see what his master told him about, and then understand the meaning behind those adventures, understand the emotion behind it as well. See why it made his master tell him those stories with that much emotion, and then he can go back and just make him smile. And it's similar to Frieren's reason for learning magic as well. It's basically what makes other people happy, so he wants to do it to understand it better and then come back with stories of his own. I really like Stark, by the way.
Yeah.
If we ever cosplay this so far, I think I might do him. But
Alright, okay.
And when it comes to fighting, that first part of the episode against the dragon, first of all, thank you, Fern, for telling the right things to him. He needed to hear that. He needed to hear, that all you needed was resolve, because, and not just her saying that, I was afraid too first time I met a monster, but also understanding that Aizen was afraid as well.
True, but it's a thing, you can train so many years and own your skills, but when you're facing for the first time an opponent or a monster like she did with her first visit,
Crazy too.
her first monster, you might freeze. You might freeze, and it's gonna be fine, because even though that you know what you're supposed to do, your body knows what it's supposed to do, you still need to take that first step.
There's an actual risk now. There's an actual opponent in front of you, and one thing that happens, I'll bring back stories from back in the day when I used to train, do karate and stuff. I talked about this before in another reaction. So if you
always
heard
talk
before,
about this.
Yeah, it's a good example. So I did a
when I used to do karate.
I did a special class for protection, like when you basically it was a class for women, and you would do like we did karate. 2 days a week, and we would train and stuff. So we knew our craft, we knew our sport.
We knew
for this special class, I was with people who had never done it before. So we learned new things. We checked things I knew already. So I had training, and I learned other things in that class. I was prepared. But at the end of that class, they would put you in a situation where basically one of the teachers would put on tons of protection. He'd be like this huge guy with like
this mountain.
I don't know how many pounds of protection on, and he would just walk towards you, and you had to put him on the ground.
Yeah.
He would try to get you, and you'd have to put him on the ground. I practiced before, like we did one-on-one and stuff, so I've been in situations where I had to practice a hit on someone else, but having a situation where it's dark, the guy's purpose is to get you, put you down.
It's not an exercise anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like an exercise anymore. You would forget all about training. So if you've practiced long enough, your body will go automatically into reflex, and you'll end up doing the moves that come to your mind first. So I ended up doing a mix of hit to the ear and kick to the groin.
But
that's it.
Basically, didn't you say that you forgot every techniques that you
Yeah,
learned,
yeah,
and
that's-
I just need to hit it and to put him on the floor,
Exactly.
on the
When he
ground?
came at me, I forgot all the training. Or at least I couldn't think. Basically, my mind went blank. I couldn't think of anything I had learned, anything complicated. But the stuff I had practiced so much, my body remembered it. And so I went into like kick and hit. I put him on the ground. I took off his helmet, by the way. I was really proud. When the helmet fell, they had to send him another guy to finish the thing. So that was fucking cool. But basically, when you're facing an actual opponent, and that wasn't even an actual opponent, I knew it was a teacher. But for him, facing an opponent for the first time, what he thinks he knows will go out the window. So what's left is his reflexes, how his body will react. And if he's trained a lot, his body will react exactly how he wants it to react. And since we saw the scars and we saw how hard he trained, Fern knew he had what it took. So just like her, he was ready. He had trained a lot. What he needed was resolve. And since I think miscommunication made it so he didn't know he was strong. So I think he doubts his strength constantly, even now after he took down a dragon.
But the fact that he thought that since the teacher hit him
Yep.
and made him bleed, like, oh my gosh, he's so disappointed in me, like I'm a failure, I'm not strong enough.
And in fact,
But
he was
it's
just
the-
surprised.
It's the fact that his own teacher really, for a moment, he forgot that it was his student, and his body reacted because he was scared, like, my god, that guy is gonna beat me up, so I need to just hit it.
First true battle, he took down a dragon on his own. He is fucking strong, but he doesn't know about it. He doesn't understand his strength.
He's gonna learn.
Yeah, he needed someone to tell him. He needed to know that, first of all, being afraid is nothing, bad.
No.
Fear is what makes you courageous, and when you need to face those monsters. Even the strongest warriors, the ones that you would idolize and look up to, they could feel fear as well. Aizen was shaking back in the day too, but that fear is what kept him alive.
What made him
What-
brave is because he uses it to go against his
Yeah.
enemies.
It's what kept him alive, and probably what pushed him to train more. Because if you're afraid of dying, if you're afraid of facing monsters and stuff, you would train in order to defeat them in the future. So he's just like his master. He just didn't know
Even
it.
shake the same.
Yeah, he just didn't know it, and for Frieren to tell him, you're just like him, and he was afraid too. To him, it felt like learning, oh, okay, so what I've been feeling, it's normal, so I can do this.
I have a question for you though. Do you think that as a teacher you should acknowledge when the student do good or praise them when
Yeah.
they is deserved?
Definitely.
Or you don't?
Definitely, because to be told that you're not doing a good job constantly, you'd be looking for that praise, you'll be starving for that praise, and you'll feel like you can basically you won't understand your own strength, you won't see your own potential. Like, it could be detrimental to someone's growth not to tell them that they're doing a good job. Like Fern needed to work hard. Like, basically, you need a mix of both. If they are obviously not ready, you need to tell them. So not make them imagine, like, not praise them for stuff that they can do or stuff that they messed up too much. And I'm not talking about making it like when you're cheering on a kid or anything. When you're actually training someone to fight for their life, if you put in their mind that they are the best and they're ready when they're not, they
They're gonna
could end
die,
up
yeah.
being killed. When you put them in a situation where their life is in danger and you don't help them, kind of like Frieren let Fern on her own, it's because Frieren knew at that point that Fern had what it took and she was going to do the right thing. If she was truly in danger, I guess she would have done something, but it's at one point in their life, the pupil has to step up and do the thing, do the job. And if you've only told them all their lives that they were not ready, you're going to end up with someone like Stark, who truly doesn't believe he can do it. He only sees himself as a
He's
coward.
gonna doubt himself.
Yeah.
Because he said that his teacher never told him when he did something good.
He thought he was disappointed.
During his training. And the fact that Frieren said, I knew you could do it. You did better than I expected. He had a smile. He was glad.
But this is good. You need a bit of both. So don't tell them they are great when they have not done anything, because that's when they need to work hard. But also make them understand that you'll be there with them to teach them. You'll be there to make them stronger. You'll push them. And when they actually succeed at something, show a smile. Show encouragement. Tell them they did good. This is what motivates someone to keep going sometimes. So everyone is different, but I believe this is the best way to teach. And now Stark has the right attitude. He's done his first battle. He is fucking strong, so he's got the potential. And all he needed was a little push, and he got it from the girls. And yeah, he's gonna make his master really proud. And hopefully he gets to come back with stories of his own.
Before his death.
Yes,
his
please.
death, please.
But I'm happy, and I am shipping already Fern and Stark. Even if it's just as friends, I think together they're gonna be a cute
They're gonna
duo.
become best buddies.
At the very least. I want it to happen.
Against Frieren.
Well, together to help her understand that yes, sometimes we need to hurry up. We need to move on.
When I meant against, not against.
Because if we had followed Frieren, we would stay here for 2 years. They do not have 2 years.
Maybe more than 2 years. If
Is
it
that
was
2 years?
only for Frieren, maybe more than 2 years.
And she didn't even try to hide it. She said she wanted to take her time. It's a 10-year journey. Hurry up.
Yeah.
But yeah, and the whole the difference between having a journey that's harsh, difficult, and full of obstacles, I guess you would feel like since their purpose back then was to save the world, maybe you would feel like, oh, time is not on your side, you need to hurry up. And to stop and enjoy the journey, you would feel like, oh, you're guilty of wasting time.
But in the reverse, if you don't, you might think that it's going to be just hopeless. Because
No.
you're just going to see...
No, it's just, I think that the journey is going to be hard enough. It's okay to allow yourself to live a little, even because it's going to take time anyway. You're going to take your time to get there. If you do it without stopping to enjoy life a little bit, you might lose yourself on the way. You might not make it at one point. Maybe you'll just be too exhausted. You'll you'll make a mistake and something bad will happen. Who knows? But a journey, the journey is usually just as important, if not more important, than the actual destination. So even when the fate of the world is in the balance,
we still got time for fluffy shaved ice.
yes. And at least now, apparently there are still followers of the Demon King that are around and they do trouble. So we will have to face antagonists. We will have to face hardships. But the fate of the world is not in the balance when it comes to this journey. So now they get to enjoy it. Just not as much as Frieren wants. Please.
Alright, so that was a nice episode.
But I really like Stark. I like his style. I usually prefer swords, but I think he's cool. The animation of the fight was great.
He got a big ass axe.
Yes,
At
but
least.
it's usually not my weapon of choice. But I
No.
think the way he uses it is pretty good. It's gonna be fun to see him with the girls. I like his style, like I said. The fighting was great, and the music is perfect as usual. So I'm excited for what comes next with them.
Okay.
But I like Stark a lot.
We just seen him for 2 episodes.
I don't care. I like him.
Okay.
Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching this episode with us. If you want to see the next episode right away, it is on Patreon already. You can check it out. The link is in the description below.
And if you don't want to, the next one will be on YouTube next week.
Yes.
See you then, guys.
Bye.